Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media or watching a Japanese film and thought, wait, didn't I just see that person? It's a common thought, and I'm here to dive into why many people perceive that Japanese people look alike. First off, let's acknowledge that this perception isn't unique to Japan. It happens in many cultures, but today we're focusing on the land of the rising sun. To get started, please take just 1 second to like this video. Your support encourages me to continue creating this content. To start, we have to consider genetics. Japan has a relatively homogenous population, with about 98% of its people identifying as ethnically Japanese. This means there's a limited genetic pool, which can lead to certain physical traits being more common. Think about it. If you look at a group of people from a small town, they might share similar features because they're all descended from a few ancestral lines. In Japan, that genetic similarity is more pronounced due to centuries of relative isolation. This doesn't mean that everyone looks the same, but it does contribute to a certain uniformity in appearance. Another factor is cultural practices. Japanese culture places a strong emphasis on conformity and group identity. From a young age, children are taught to dress similarly, behave in a certain way, and even adopt similar hairstyles. When you see a group of students in uniform, it reinforces that sense of sameness. This isn't just about clothing. It's about the way people present themselves. Many Japanese people might choose similar fashion trends or beauty standards, which can create an impression of sameness. Speaking of beauty standards, let's talk about the influence of media. Japanese pop culture, from anime to J-pop, often features characters and celebrities with idealized features. These portrayals can shape perceptions of beauty and influence how people want to look. When celebrities set trends, it's easy for the general public to follow suit, leading to a more uniform appearance across different demographics. You might notice that many young women in Japan gravitate towards similar makeup styles or hairstyles, which can further contribute to that feeling of similarity. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: stereotypes. We've all heard the saying that all Asians look alike. And while it's an oversimplification that does a disservice to the diversity within Asian cultures, it reflects a broader issue of perception. When people are unfamiliar with a particular culture or ethnicity, they might struggle to distinguish individuals based on subtle differences. This isn't just about Japan. It's a common phenomenon across the globe. Our brains tend to group people into categories, and when we don't have enough exposure to a certain group, we might overlook the unique traits that make each person distinct. But let's not forget the role of Western media in shaping these perceptions. Often, when Japanese characters are portrayed in movies or shows, they're played by a select few actors who fit a certain mold. This can lead to a skewed representation of the population as a whole. If you're only seeing a handful of actors repeatedly, it's easy to assume that they all look alike. This is also true for the way Asian characters are often written or cast in Hollywood, which can perpetuate stereotypes and reduce the rich diversity of Japanese culture to a single narrative. So, how do we break out of this mindset? It starts with education and exposure. The more we learn about different cultures, the more we can appreciate the nuances that make each person unique. Traveling to Japan, engaging with its culture, and meeting people from various backgrounds can help dismantle those preconceived notions. If you can, try to immerse yourself in the language, food, and traditions. Each region in Japan has its own distinct characteristics, from the bustling streets of Tokyo to the serene temples of Kyoto. And let's not forget social media. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok are great ways to connect with individuals from Japan and beyond. By following diverse creators, you can see a broader spectrum of beauty and individuality that exists within the Japanese community. In conclusion, while it's easy to think that Japanese people look alike, it's essential to recognize the many factors contributing to this perception. Genetics, cultural practices, media representation, and our own biases all play a role. By expanding our understanding and challenging our assumptions, we can appreciate the rich tapestry of humanity that exists in every culture, including Japan. So the next time you find yourself wondering if everyone looks the same, remember that beauty lies in diversity, and every individual has a story waiting to be told. Thank you for exploring with us here at the Corner of Curiosity. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating content. As always, feel free to leave your curious questions and thoughts in the comments below. Until next time.